Welcome back, my friends. Thank you so much for waiting for that small technical break so we could get a couple of things figured out behind the scenes. But now, jumping right back into the fray of things, the University of North Dakota currently up 2-0 over our 5th seeded team, Butler University, who just has not been bringing the heat like they need to tonight.
Exactly. This is a potential upset we have going on right here with North Dakota and Butler. I mean, North Dakota's just been way more aggressive than Butler has.
Absolutely.
And, Butler stepped it up, trying to take it into overtime at the very, very last second before the ball hit the ground. But then North Dakota just took over at the very, very end with, I believe, 145 of overtime. And just Geeks coming in, just stepping it up right here for them. And it looks like they're stepping it up once again. Zach.
Zach on the attack. He's cracked today. Zach is doing a phenomenal job. Like you said, MVP of the match so far. Only, 16 seconds into this matchup, and that's a goal already online for UND. Butler's kind of getting rolled a little bit.
Yeah, and that's the third time in the row North Dakota has scored.
First goal.
Yeah, first goal within the first 20 seconds. It's just they've been scoring hard, they've been scoring fast. It's just unbelievable what we're seeing from North Dakota. Yeah, I mean, Butler, they're just about to run away with this thing.
Yeah, Butler is just possibly off their game today, and that's the beauty about Rocket League is sometimes you just have an off day, and that will end up costing you matchups like this one. And something interesting about Butler University is they are our 5th seed, but if they lose this game, they have the potential of being knocked out of that top 5. So that is something that that's something they've got to be worried about now, depending on how DePaul plays their next game. That could really spice things up for this team. They could be knocked down into that 6th spot.
Oh, no.
Even as far down as 8th, depending on how some other teams play within these next couple of weeks. But UND, that is now up 2-0.
This is unbelievable. That was cannonball, and just no one was there for defense. Butler's known for the defense they've played, but right now we're not seeing a lot of it. I mean,
we're not seeing any of it.
Nothing. So they just need to wake up. I don't know if there's any right here.
Yeah, Butler University needs to be waking up just a little bit, perhaps. And Astro able to get some value, but it's going to be knocked right back away. And here comes Zach on the attack, trying to find another. Is that an open goal? But no, it looks like Sir Aaron is going to be there in just the nick of time, able to get in there and block that goal from coming through. About to have about a minute and a half off the clock. Already 2 points on board for UND. And if they 3-0 Butler University, I mean, this is something to write home about.
Yeah, and Astro had an early look at the goal. He just didn't have the correct angle to just shoot the ball, and he tried to shoot and it just went the other direction a little bit, so he wished he had that back. Butler's still looking for that early goal, and their defense right now just needs to step up, and then the transition game as well needs to step up as well.
Yeah, the transition game definitely needs to be stepped up a little bit, and the defense from Butler just not as strong. And you even commented on this already. That's kind of what they're known for, right? That's kind of how they've built their way up to this top 5 seed. Yeah. It's going to be that great defense that we've seen time and time again from them. But now, I mean, they've got 3 minutes to make or break this fight because they are now down to their last legs. If they lose this in the next 2 minutes and 48 seconds, that will be a 3-0 in favor of the lower seeded team. I mean, when we went into this, I mentioned, oh yeah, this is probably going to be pretty one-sided, and I never meant in favor of the University of North Dakota, but they have just been here to prove me wrong.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop saying, all right, this is gonna be a one-sided game, because I've definitely commented too many upsets now, and Astro just scoring it off the assist from Sir Aaron, and wow, there's that aerial game again. That's kind of what they need to stick to a little bit, to the aerial game. It's hard to defend, so just try to get that going.
Yeah, not only is it hard to defend, but we've seen UND playing a pretty aggressive ground ball situation. They really like to play the ball low to the ground, and they've been able to get some great value because of it. So if Butler kind of forced the ball up into the air, forced some adaptation from UND this late into a matchup, there should be some great options from that. And Sir Aaron about to show us exactly that, tying things up. 2 minutes and 17 seconds left on the clock. This is the best opportunity that Butler has had in a long time to take the lead.
And there's that aerial game once again. The assist from Kai was from the air, and then the shot from Sir Aaron was also from the air. It is so hard to defend. For the most part, it looks like North Dakota was able to meet that match, but Sir Aaron and Kai and Astro just flying through the air, just getting ready to make whatever play need necessary. Except right here, when Zach just went on the attack once again. It looked like Astro was trying to break it up, but just a little too far behind. Sir Aaron tried to block it. just so unfortunate. North Dakota's just taking advantage of all these defensive breakdowns from Butler.
Yeah, almost Zach in particular. Like, the rest of North Dakota is playing great, but I mean, we have said no other name as much as we have said Zach in this matchup so far, and they have just done a phenomenal job every single time they get possession of the ball. And no way that goes in. No way that goes in. Okay, we got the double block coming in. Astro is going to take out Cannonball, coming in a little bit too hot, taking them offline there. Zach is going to be able to find Sir Aaron as well, so all of a sudden, Cannonball is going to have a mild advantage here for North Dakota, and the block is going to be able to get rid of it, but Astro was just maybe a second away from getting that goal and tying things back up. 95 seconds left on the clock, and Kai gonna be able to tie things up once again. 3-3, 95 seconds online, and Butler University, again, we are basically looking at that 0-0.
Yeah, oh, what a great angle, just flying to the left and then spinning over to the right. You know, North Dakota's defense was swarming the ball earlier on the attack from both Kai and I believe that was Sir Aaron as well. Maybe even Astro. All three of Butler team. They were just all swarming that ball. But then just Kai took the air once again. And a nice little spin move from mid-air as well just to shoot that shot. Just an incredible move.
Yeah, absolutely. And Cannonball going to be able to catch things in the air and turn it around for just a moment. But then Kai on the reverse, and nobody is currently in goal for North Dakota. So if Butler was able to get possession of the ball, they really could have followed up off the back of that. Both these teams are playing rather aggressive. Every time we see a goal in the background of one of these angles, there's usually nobody at it until the ball is super close. I think that's why we've seen so many goals able to get through on both sides. And moving in 55 seconds online, both these teams sitting at 3-3, like I said, basically an overcomplicated 0-0. But here comes Kai. No, it's going to be the block from Zach. Zach going to be that MVP all over again. Just great value coming out so far. And Geeks is going to be able to block it from Sir Aaron. So now it's going to be 3-3, 40 seconds online, and the clock is ticking for Butler University. They need at least one more. They need to win this, or they walk home without a win tonight.
Well, you know, they have to play aggressive on offense because their defense just put them in a little bit of a hole, so they just for as many goals as they can.
That could have been huge.
Just a little too high for Sir Aaron. Definitely wish he had that back.
Yeah, definitely wishes he could have shot that just a little bit lower because the value he wanted not coming out from that. Now, Astro is going to try to go for a setup, but going to go a little bit too high again. Butler needs that double tap, and there it is! Sir Aaron going to be able to take the lead here. 11 seconds left on the clock. UND, they could finally lose this. I mean, knowing Butler, they may take us all the way to a Game 5.
They definitely could. This is definitely what we needed to see from Butler here. Just a great floater assist from Astro, just flying it up into the air. And then Sir Aaron once again met the ball in the air and then just put the emphasis into the goal. And now I think Butler right here wants to capitalize as well, trying to look for that other goal.
Oh, this is going to be it, though. Either Butler scores again here, or I think UND is going to end up losing this, and that'll force a Game 4, and it will. Butler going to put that first win under their belts, and it's going to keep things out just a little bit longer here. Great job coming out. Kai, in particular, I feel the MVP of that matchup, just in favor of Butler. I think they scored 4 times? I think Kai was 2 or 3 of them, so definitely some great value coming from that player in particular, and it almost feels like we're just watching a complicated Kai versus Zach matchup, because those two are really the ones that are making names for themselves here.
Exactly. Kai and Zach were definitely kind of like that matchup we all want to see, and they're accompanied by Sir Aaron for Kai and then Geeks as well for North Dakota. Totally forgot the name of the school. It's okay. But just that matchup you get, it's like dynamic duos. It's like watching, if you guys watch NBA, it's like watching Shaq and Kobe versus Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, or whatever great NBA duos you guys got going on right here. It's just, and then those third players are just the facilitators. Right. We see both Astro and Cannonball for the other team. Just and look at this. It's now Butler. Cobra Kai never dies, and now Butler finally gets the first score of their game. So now we're seeing that momentum switch over to Butler. And now it's going to be, I think now Butler's starting to come alive here.
Yeah, Butler is finally going to be coming to life. They really just wanted to give everybody at home a show and, you know, kind of keep us on the edge of our seats. So they got to get 3-0'd by North Dakota. And Butler says, no, okay. Time to kick this into 5th gear. It looks like they're going to do it again. Astro with the second one online. Are you kidding me? That is already 2 online. That is 1 per 10 seconds for Butler right now.
Man, and I'll tell you what, Cannonball and Geeks even, they were both in perfect position to just stop that ball from going in, and just didn't get up on time, just didn't get their cars up in the air in the nick of time to just stop the ball from going in. It's just a little bit of a defensive breakdown. Now Butler's starting to go fast here, just play really, really quickly, play hard, and never give up.
Oh man, speaking of playing hard, Butler, that is 3 online already. And something that may have flipped the scales a little bit is North Dakota's Cannonball. So North Dakota's player Cannonball actually ended that last game with a ping of 436. So perhaps they are lagging out a little bit. And perhaps North Dakota is playing a rather complicated 2v1, and as you see Cannonball just trying to be right place, right time. Maybe his ping is coming down a little bit more, but I think we can see that a little bit in their sudden change of play style, that maybe they're just lagging out of their mind.
Yeah,
not another
never want to
one.
lag. Oh boy, 4 goals in less than a minute. We definitely wanted to see this Butler in the very, very beginning, so I'm definitely curious where they were already. But now, yeah, it could be that ping issue for North Dakota. All of a sudden, starting to look a little winded there. So they just need to start to step it up. Try if there's any technical issues, even controller issues, figure it out really quickly because Butler's coming. Oh my
Kai
goodness!
goes for a 5th one. That was almost 5 in a minute. That would have been absolutely insane. But Zach gonna find that demo onto Astro. UND, they get their first opportunity at just having possession of the ball, but here comes Sir Aaron from above, and it's going to be that aerial shot again. Just UND is getting demolished here. This is the matchup I expected way back in Game 1, right? I expected Butler to come in and just rain terror onto UND, but then all of a sudden, Butler, they dropped the ball for those first 2 games, and now with Cannonball possibly lagging out, this could be a huge opportunity for Butler to turn things around.
Yeah, we haven't seen North Dakota get into the blue territory at all yet, just now, as I did the Caster's Curse thing once again, but for the most part, it's just been all Butler in all North Dakota territory, just scoring at will, 4 goals in less than a minute. It's just insane how they've been doing it. They just come hard and fast.
Yeah, we saw this issue earlier with Marist as well, is that when UND was given the opportunity to be aggressive, when they could be the team in charge of the tempo, that's when they really started to flourish. But as soon as Butler has pushed them into a corner and forced them to play constant defense, UND is really starting to struggle.
Exactly, and now we're seeing just no command of North Dakota trying to get that ball to the other side, as just every player from Butler, as soon as that ball tries to go the one direction, as that score just hit, there's just someone ready for that ball to just clear it back into North Dakota's direction. 6-0. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that hurts. 2 minutes. That is, I mean, whew, this has been pretty insane so far for Butler. They really wanted to take us all the way to that Game 5, and it looks like they are getting ready to do that here. And they, we were so close to getting back on schedule, but Butler decided they want to take us all the way to that Game 5, so our schedule is going to be extended just a little bit further tonight. And don't forget, folks, we've got one more game coming at you after this one. Cincinnati going up against our #1 seed, the University of Delaware, so you are not going to want to miss that.
Yes, so that's going to be...
Oh, man.
Oh, I don't know what I was saying. Astro wanted us to look at the nice, amazing highlights that he's been doing. Yeah, the defense, I'm not sure what's going on with North Dakota's defense right now.
Yeah, North Dakota's defense is just, you can tell it's something they're not super comfortable with. Like I said, when they have the tempo in their favor, they're really able to utilize that. But unfortunately, this game, I mean, pretty much going to be lost for them. Best case scenario, Butler scores double digits, and that's the coolest thing we see here. But UND scoring, I mean, to be fair, Butler scored 7 times in 2.5 minutes, but UND hasn't scored once in 2.5 minutes. I think maybe Butler's pretty much got this one in the bag.
Exactly. I mean, if North Dakota just pops off 7 goals just how Butler did, then again, this would be one of the coolest series I've ever witnessed. However, it is looking unlikely. However, North Dakota is just playing right now, and also Butler, just because of that 8th score right here. Jeez, let's take a look at this. He just pokes it up in the air, Astro off the backboard. No one's on defense, and that's just cash. That's all it is for Sir Aaron. And now it's 8-0. That is insane.
Yeah, 8-0 is kind of gonna be a disaster. And you know what else? What I think is neat. Are you familiar with the games? I can't think what it's called. I had it in my brain and I forgot. Are you familiar with the game Twisted Metal?
Yes, with the clown ice cream truck.
Yeah, with Sweet Tooth, right? So Rocket League had this promotion for Twisted Metal way back in like 2015, and they dropped Sweet Tooth's vehicle, right, his ice cream truck. I think they should do it again, but they should release a bunch of vehicles because those games are very fun. And they did a promotion in 2015 because PlayStation like re-released a Twisted Metal game or whatever. But I think that would be a lot of fun if they chose to have one of those promotionals again.
That would be impressive. You know, their last promotional was with Ford, where they released the F-150 as a playable car.
A playable character, technically. I don't
character,
know.
sure. I mean,
a playable car.
Either way, yeah, all these promotionals they could do would be really, really interesting. Nice block from Kai. By the way, Sir Aaron scored last, so now it's 9-0, which, I mean,
yes,
I kind of almost forgot about that, just how they've been scoring already. It's just incredible. But yeah, the promotions that Rocket League does, there's a big, bright future.
They're super cool. They really are.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. I think they could go a little bit more in route of, like other videos done that recently a lot. We know they just had that Fortnite crossover thing recently. And wow, double digits for Butler. That is going to be fire, but 65 seconds on the clock. So this one's pretty much over, my friends watching at home. If you are, if you're a Butler fan, this is your time to rejoice.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you guys thought you were out of the woods for a second and about to just get destroyed by North Dakota in one of the most humiliating upsets possibly for you guys, but now you guys are just coming back from a commanding lead and just 10-0. It's incredible what Butler has done to turn things around here.
Yeah, this would be Butler's turn things around indeed, and this is going to be a guaranteed game 5 unless UND, you know, literally scores 10 points in 40 seconds. So that's relatively impossible, and now we're going to be going into that game 5. But I'm trying to think of other promotionals that would be neat for Rocket League to have. I really like the Twisted Metal one. I think that's a lot of fun. I know they just did the F-150 thing, but I do not drive a truck, so that doesn't mean much to me.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, did they do a Batmobile?
Yes, there is a Batmobile. I was talking about that earlier today.
Yeah.
Batman, one of my favorite superheroes, so I think it is very cool that is in the game. I would love to see other DC, I would love to see other DC characters, or even Marvel characters in here. I think that would be really cool. They only did the Batmobile because of the Batman versus Superman, I believe. So if they wanted to add other superhero-based vehicles, I think that would be pretty neat. And yeah, we're in that technical overtime here, not official overtime, and Butler is going to be able to win that one 10-0. We are going all the way to that game 5, my friends. If you guys want to tell us what vehicles you would like to have in Rocket League, drop them in chat. And I don't watch chat while I'm casting, but I'll watch this back later. So if you guys want to let me know, I will talk to you in like a week when I watch this.
Exactly. I'll just say about this game, the score, the MVP obviously was Kai.
Of course.
The score he had, people average like 300, 400. If they have a really good game, 600 to 800. Kai had 1100, like as a total score in terms of
that's cracked.
Shots and defense, assists, just whatever. Like that was just incredible to see from Kai. I mean, in a 10-0 victory, of course that's expected. But yeah. I bet if I didn't quite see what Astros and Sir Aaron's were, but I would not be surprised if they were in the 700 to 800s.
Astros top 700, and then Sir Aaron is going to be around 670. I'm thinking, realistically, they just scored like one goal every 30 seconds?
Probably, and on average, if you just do the math, which I'm not going to do math automatically.
I tried, but if I'm wrong, chat, you're welcome to flame me. Math is not my strong suit, so.
Yeah, it could be like 2 goals per minute, but I mean, just how they played, obviously, that's not how they do it. Like, the first 4 or 5 goals in the first minute, obviously, was just a big blow to North Dakota, and then it was just, they just did not have an answer. I think they just played really, really shook. They just lost whatever momentum they had. So now, going into this game 5, you just got to step it up, and it starts on the defense. I can't stress that enough. It just starts on the defense. One car, I think, just needs to go for the ball at a time, and then just camp out on the goal once someone's ready. Because really, it's just you can make a good defensive play, then all of a sudden your opponent, just in a different car, will just score all of a sudden. So you just got to be ready for that.
Absolutely, and UND, like you said, they need to improve on that defense, but they really need to kick the offense back in their favor as well, because that's the only time we really saw them get aggressive, right? That's the only time we really saw them with the opportunities.
Exactly, and we almost saw some aggression there from Kai once again. I believe that was Cannonball just breaking up that pass. So now this is looking a little bit of a slower-ish start here. No goals yet, which a little rare in this series.
Shocking.
Yeah, it's a little rare in this series. We usually would find a goal literally as soon as I start talking.
Yeah, usually by the time we finish our first sentence, there was a goal online for one of these teams, but so far nothing yet. Sir Aaron driving backwards, very exciting. You love to see that, but Geek's going to go for a goal. It's not going to be able to score in there quite yet. And something crazy, at least as far as I'm concerned. I'm not sure what's happening on the second channel. I'll be able to look at those scores later on today, but this is the first Game 5 we've seen all night. We saw a lot of 3-0s, we saw one map 4, and now we're finally going to be seeing that final Game 5 coming out from our second to last matchup of tonight.
Exactly, you know, it's just surprising to see a lot of Game 5s. All the games I've casted in Rocket League, I don't know. I think I've done 1 or 2 Game 5s.
You don't see them often. You really don't.
Which speaks to like the competitiveness of each team, just the agility not to give up. It's just great to see that.
Absolutely. I've been saying all night long, you know, we expect these players.
Looks like we lost Septilence for a sec, but I think just going back to the tip on what he was saying earlier, I believe just talking about the competitiveness of each team. You know, you don't want to give up, which is really, really great from each team. You know, this is definitely a team game to play, and you just got to communicate. Oh, I think we had Septilence.
I'm back. I think I'm back.
Hello!
Hello, my router just loves to restart itself sometimes, even though I'm sitting here not touching it. Anywho, I am back into the swing of things. And yeah, as I was saying, we expect all these players to bring their 150% every single time that they perform, and they've all done that all night long. Every single player today we have seen has just brought their absolute A game, and it has shown. This is absolutely insane to see that first goal coming out from UND.
Yeah, wow, that was just incredible. That took longer than we usually expected, but Zach just caught Sir Aaron. Once again, we almost forgot about Zach just because no one was scored on the first game or at the last game. So now it's good to like get some momentum back from North Dakota State. They are definitely not out of this yet. They're trying to like swing some things back. A great save from Geeks. But now Butler looking to score here. Maybe here, and it's Astro off the feed from Siren.
Astro going to be able to turn things around just for a moment, but a moment is all they may need. That is a phenomenal turnaround. They're going to be able to tie things up 1-1 just entering halftime here.
Sir Aaron had a great pass too. Just it looked like he could have taken a shot, but he was just a little bit unselfish for himself. Sir Aaron just passed it to the right, and then Astro was able to make the play. And now it's a tie game. Butler's not going anywhere as well. They want to capitalize their dominant performance with a runaway victory in the series.
Yeah, and either way, realistically, even if you're even if you're Dakota and you lose tonight, like that is insane that you've gone this toe-to-toe with one of our top 5 seeded teams, right? So this really does go on to show that seed placement does not define the team at hand, right? It shows that there's definitely some opportunities here that maybe they just had a rough season, but so far, like whatever work they are putting in, it is clearly paying off.
Exactly. You know, they definitely have been hanging in there for the most part. You know, obviously that last game set aside, if they can just run away with this victory over Butler, I mean, just the future of this school. Oh my goodness. That probably should have been a save. Honestly.
Yeah, that was, I'm surprised it wasn't. For whatever reason, the game decided that did not count as a technical save, and now it's going to come all the way up to the goal of UND, but it's going to be sent down the field here back toward the goal of Butler. It's going to be 93 seconds on the clock, and one of these teams has to crack this thing open. This is Game 5, tied up, and we've got 90 seconds on the clock here. This is going to be insane.
This is definitely a defensive slugfest for the most part. A great demo from Sir Aaron. And now it's almost there. Both teams are just stepping up the defense finally. Great save from Zach. Cannonball was there as well to provide the pressure. Sir Aaron just tried to make a play, but just didn't go in. This is Septilence. This is going to be insane. I'm not sure how this game is going to go.
That's South Beach. I could not have said it better. We've got 60 seconds on the clock. It's 1-1. This is Game 5, and somebody has to do something. They've put on the boxing gloves, and they are demoing each other like crazy. Is this going to be it? No, Zach goes a little high. He's going to miss the goal. Nobody's there to follow up, and here comes Geeks trying to find some value, but no Cannonball instead. It's going to miss the ball as well, back in favor of Butler University. Going to send it downfield toward North Dakota's goal, but it's not going to find anything yet. Here comes Zach, one of those MVP players of the night, but no, it's going to be blocked out by Astro. Now sent back downfield from North Dakota. These teams, just like I said, these gloves are on, and they are swinging. 30 seconds left on the clock. Somebody has to win this.
I can hear the knuckles popping on everybody's fingers. Astro, just a great save. I can hear the controller fingers popping from both teams right now. Just making some insane plays.
I am so nervous for either of these teams. Personally, I have no bias either way. I love close games like this. Of course, I'd love to see an underdog win, but Butler, they have fought hard for this comeback. They're trying to go for that reverse sweep, and I would love to see them get that as well. Both these teams have brought their 100%, their A games, and Sir Aaron almost takes the lead there with 2 seconds on the clock, but it's going to go into an official overtime. I think our 4th of the night here tonight at EGFC.
4th one of the night, 2nd one of this series, nonetheless. Okay, can North Dakota State just run away with this, or will Butler just walk away? This is going to be insane. I don't know if anyone was on defense there. I think North Dakota was lucky enough that that ball just wasn't shot properly.
Yeah, it's going to be the University of North Dakota. Zach might be able to find this, but no, the defense from Sir Aaron coming through just as strong as always. We talk about Sir Aaron a lot, and we talk about Butler. They are known for that defense, and this is the worst team to be going up against in an overtime. And that's almost it, but Kai just can't find the connect quite yet. Bounces off the side of the goal, but there it is! It's going to be Astro in overtime. 37 seconds into Game 5. Astro picks up the victory and the total match win for Butler University here tonight. They crawl back from the depths of defeat in the reverse sweep. Butler University is able to turn things around and conquer the beast that is UND. Talk about a phenomenal game.
That was insane. Did you see the turn from Astro as he was going towards the ball? He just came down and then he just switched all the way, just break properly, just had the great little power slide over there, and then he just went full steam ahead, and that was just a great overtime loss for North Dakota. You know, they're definitely a little bit sad, a little bit upset nonetheless, but I mean, you know, you just played your butts off in that game, and that's just incredible from North Dakota State. But another great win for Butler, just surviving, just barely by the nicks of their teeth. You know, they had that 10-point game, and then this was a defensive slugfest nonetheless. So props up to Butler. It looks like they're going to hang on to their 5th seeding, and North Dakota's just, you know, even though they didn't win, you know, you just gotta, this is a different team we might see in the future.
I agree. North Dakota, like I said earlier on, you lose in Game 3 in overtime, but you went to Game 3 or Game 5 overtime with one of our top seeded teams. That is insane. That is something that a lot of other teams are not able to do. And unfortunately, folks, we do not have time for an interview here tonight. We have fallen about 15 minutes behind schedule. We've got one more game that's bound to be a good one. We've got UC Cincinnati, go Ohio, I live there. Cincinnati going up against our #1 seed, the University of Delaware. We'll be right back in just a minute.